अ, नमस्ते, गुड इभिनिङ सबैजनालाई। नमस्ते सबैजनालाई। गुड इभिनिङ एभ्रिवान। Today we are going to start. ओके, सबैजनालाई गुड इभिनिङ। आज हामी 9 बजेपछि हाम्रो सेकेन्ड पेपरको लागि शिक्षक सेवा आयोग सेकेन्ड पेपरको लागि इङ्ग्लिसको क्लास स्टार्ट गर्न गइरहेका छौँ। सो सबैजनालाई वेलकम छ एडुटर क्लासमा। सेकेन्ड पेपरको आजदेखि हामी इङ्ग्लिस र नेपाली दुईटै क्लासहरू हामी स्टार्ट गर्न गइरहेका छौँ। सो सबैजनालाई स्वागत छ। हाम्रो फेसबुक पेज लाइभमा पनि धेरैजना साथीहरू जोडिसक्नु भएको छ। हाम्रो मल्टिपल पेजमा लाइभ हुनुहुन्छ, जति पनि साथीहरू हुनुहुन्छ, यदि तपाईँ स्पेसल्ली क्लास लिँदै हुनुहुन्छ इङ्ग्लिस नेपालीको भने तपाईँहरूले क्याप्सनमा जुम आइडी पासवर्ड सेयर गरेको छ। इङ्ग्लिसको साथीहरू सबैजना डाइरेक्ट जुममा पनि जोइन गर्न सक्नुहुनेछ। पेजको साथीहरू जति पनि लाइभमा हुनुहुन्छ सबैजना इङ्ग्लिसको लागि तपाईँ डाइरेक्ट जुममा जोइन गर्नुभयो भने तपाईँको लागि एकदम राम्रो हुनेछ भन्दै मैले तपाईँहरूलाई आग्रह गरेँ। क्याप्सनमा जुम आइडी पासवर्ड सेयर गरेको छ सबैजना। क्याप्सनको जुम आइडी पासवर्ड युज गरेर सबैजना इङ्ग्लिस डाइरेक्ट क्लासमा जोइन गर्न म अनुरोध गरेँ है सबैजनालाई। नमस्कार, गुड इभिनिङ सबैजनालाई। ढिला नगरिकन हामी 9 बजेबाट क्लास स्टार्ट गर्न गइरहेका छौँ। सबैजनालाई स्वागत छ। शिक्षक सेवा आयोग मावि निमाविको सेकेन्ड पेपर इङ्ग्लिस र नेपाली हामी दुवै कक्षाहरू सुरु गर्न गइरहेका छौँ। जुन अहिले लाइभमा हुनुहुन्छ तपाईँहरू यो इङ्ग्लिसको क्लास हुनेछ र नेपालीको क्लास पनि तपाईँहरूको एकैछिनबाट लाइभ जानेछ है। सो सबैजनालाई स्वागत छ। फेसबुक पेजमा पनि धेरैजना साथीहरू जोडिसक्नु भएको छ। सबैजनालाई स्वागत छ है। लाइभमा हुनुहुन्छ तपाईँहरू यो इङ्ग्लिसको क्लास हुनेछ र नेपालीको क्लास पनि तपाईँहरूको एकैछिनबाट लाइभ जानेछ है। सबैजनालाई स्वागत छ। फेसबुक पेजमा पनि धेरै नमस्ते, गुड इभिनिङ एभ्रिवान। अब ढिला नगरिकन हामी क्लास स्टार्ट गर्न गइरहेका छौँ। सबैजनालाई E-Tutor क्लासमा स्वागत छ। साथीहरूको जोडिने क्रम जारी नै छ। जति पनि लाइभमा साथीहरू हुनुहुन्छ डाइरेक्ट जुम आइडी पासवर्ड युज गरेर तपाईँ डाइरेक्ट क्लासमा आउन सक्नुहुनेछ। हाम्रो E-Tutor क्लासको पेजमा मल्टी लाइभ गइरहेको छ। सो सबैजना इङ्ग्लिसको साथीहरू हुनुहुन्छ भने स्पेसल्लीको मावि निमाविको इङ्ग्लिस पेपर है। So today we are going to start. Okay. सबैजना जुम आइडी पासपोर्ट क्याप्सनको जुम आइडी पासपोर्ट युज गरेर डाइरेक्ट जुममा आउन सक्नुहुनेछ है। र मैले जुमको साथीहरूलाई पनि इङ्ग्लिसको एउटा वाट्सएप ग्रुप मैले बनाएको छु है। त्यो वाट्सएप ग्रुपमा जोइन गर्न अनुरोध गरेँ सबैजनालाई है। सबैजनालाई मैले वाट्सएपको ग्रुपको लिङ्क सेयर गर्नेछु। सबैजनालाई मैले यो वाट्सएप ग्रुप ओके यो ग्रुपमा जोइन गर्नु त सबैजना। जति पनि नयाँ साथीहरू हुनुहुन्छ पुरानो साथीहरू हुनुहुन्छ जोइन नगरेको साथीहरू हुनुहुन्छ यो ग्रुपमा जोइन गर्नुहोस् है। सबैजना यो वाट्सएप ग्रुपमा जोइन गर्नुहोस्। टुडे फ्रम आजबाट हामीहरू इङ्ग्लिसको सेकेन्ड पेपरको लागि कि शिक्षक सेवा आयोग मावि र निमाविको इङ्ग्लिसको सेकेन्ड पेपर बढी मावि प्रायोरिटी दिन्छौँ है। अहिले यो विषयवस्तु भनेको मावि प्रायोरिटी कक्षा हो। तपाईँहरूले माविमा जोइन गर्नु भइसकेपछि तपाईँहरूले प्रावि पाउनुहुन्न, निमावि र मावि तपाईँहरूले क्लासमा जोइन गर्न पाउनुहुनेछ है। ओके सो अब हामी ढिला नगरिकन हामी क्लासतर्फै लाग्छौँ है। ओके
Good evening and welcome back to this session of second this session of English second class preparation. So here we are today discussing the problems that you face when you go on to teach listening skills in schools at secondary level, and apart from that, how do you actually counter those challenges? What strategies do you actually imply? So we shall discuss that. As you know that listening skills are often neglected, ignored in Nepalese language classrooms, and there are different reasons to this, ranging from exposure to limited proficiency of the students. So let us start. So what are the issues with listening skills in Nepalese ELT classrooms? As you know that many Nepalese students lack exposure to English outside of the classroom, hindering their listening skills. They don't get there. There is limited exposure to students. There are various factors. Another issue is the limited availability of the authentic listening materials in Nepalese ELT classrooms. These are the two immediate causes: lack of exposure and lack of authentic listening materials. Further onto this, what does this lack of exposure do when you don't listen, when you don't have this exposure, continuous exposure? uh, you don't get accustomed to the original tone, accent of English. Now, lack of authentic teaching materials, or sorry, listening materials. Textbooks often provide scripted dialogues or unrealistic audio recordings which do not prepare students for real life listening situations. Now, real life listening situations are quite different to the scripted text or the dialogues that you often find in your textbooks. Now, if you don't have this exposure or to this authentic listening material, it is going to mar your listening capabilities, comprehension capabilities. As I told you that listening is an activity where you hear, where you deliberately pay attention and you interpret the input and you go on to respond. If if there is lack of exposure to authentic listening materials, comprehending the text becomes a challenge. The third is insufficient focus on listening activities. Because of the pressure cooker situations, students and the teachers in the classroom do not pay enough attention to listening activities. They do not focus on listening activities because there is so much pressure on securing good grade. That is why they put much emphasis on reading and writing comprehension or reading and writing activities. The pressure is also due to the syllabus. There is emphasis on reading and writing skill, and that is why listening skill receive too less attention. Now, measures for improvement. How do you go on to tackle this situation where there are so many challenges in listening? There is inadequate exposure, lack of authentic materials, no real focus. So, how do you go on to encounter those challenges? So, what's the strategy? Strategy is straightforward. As you know that exposure is one of the challenges, you need to increase the exposure to English. They need to continuously listen again and again, different voices, different texts. So it becomes natural to them. It comes naturally to them. Next is, we are not using authentic listening materials. We need to use this. We need to somehow find the authentic materials. If in some situations teachers can go on and produce his or her own recording materials for students to listen to, and students often get bored in the classrooms. Huh? Let me take a pause, please. Many of the students are complaining that the text, this board is not visible enough. We are sorting this out. I need to take your responses regarding this. Is it visible? Is it clear enough? Please, board isn't clear. The screen is not visible. Students, how is it now? Please share. Same, sir. So, column. Column is it clear enough now, please, students? Jairam Neupani ji, please. Can you write? The text here as on my screen is very much clear. It's we need to figure it out. Either it is from our side or is it from your side? Here in your mobile audio. Rotating this, it is visible. Can you rotate your screen? Much better, not visible, but not visible. Okay, Jairam, see, sorry for that. We in our next section will make the slides more clear, more visible, more vibrant for you. I think it's because of the theme that I have chosen. Not clear. Shall we drop this topic? I think I have few other slides which have different theme, brighter theme. So let's go on to that. Let's. Students, please comment if it is visible, if the situation has improved. I'm waiting for your response. Clear, sir. Jairam Neupani. Thank you. I'll take note of this and make my further slides in bright tones or themes. I'll choose those themes. Thank you. So I'll come up with that in our next session, in our following sessions. But now, as you can see on your screen, now I shall discuss testing of listening skills. You know that to teach is to test and to test is to teach. You might have heard about formative and summative assessment. Now, this formative assessment is a type of test which helps you teach better because of the inputs it gives you. That is why I said to teach is to test and to test is to teach. So let us start this. So if you are going to test listening skill, you should know what items to test. Okay, as you can see on your screen, You are going to test the discrimination of sounds, whether they are able to discriminate sounds clearly or not, whether they are able to recognize the words that they have already learned. They are able to recognize the words they have previously learned. Are they able to uh, get it, retrieve it from their memory? Now, in a conversation, there are several forms, different language functions. Are they able to identify these language functions? Are they able to discriminate stress, where in the spoken or audible input the stress is given and where it is unaccentuated, where it isn't stressed? So these are the skills. Further on to that, are they able to construct meaning out of the words that are spoken? So this is what listening test intends to actually assess. Purpose of testing listening. Testing listening serves various purposes. As you can see on the screen, assessment. It helps evaluate a person's ability to comprehend spoken information accurately, whether or not the listener is able to comprehend the text that was spoken to him. So this is one area which is assessed in listening, in test of listening skills. Next is skill development. Identification of the strength and weaknesses in listeners' abilities. Where is the adjustment needed? Where does he need care? Where does he need further feedback? Communication. Improved listening skills enhance effective communication, fostering better understanding and clarity. You need to ensure that the listener is able to maintain or establish a communication, and this is only going to be possible if he is able to listen effectively. Okay. Learning. In educational settings, testing listening skills ensures the students grasp and retain information effectively. When you are a student, there's so much of talk, so much of discussion, so much of debate, so much of lecture going on. You need to retain in your memory the essential elements of the talk, subject, topic, etc. Listening caters to those needs. Next is problem solving. Good listening skills are crucial in problem solving. When you're given a project, when you particularly respond to the specific orders on how this project is to be carried out, it helps you in solving the problems through those projects. Professional competence. In workplaces, effective listening is vital for collaboration, leadership, and customer service. And in classrooms, it is vital for group activity, collaborative learning, teamwork. Okay, so you are spirited